Courage is not the absence of fear but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. You must always remember this: have courage and be kind. You have more kindness in your little finger than most people possess in their whole body. And it has power. More than you know. Courage is the most important of all the virtues because without courage you can practice any other virtue consistently. You can practice any virtue erratically, but nothing consistently without courage. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. The opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. Even a dead fish can go with the flow. Courage is the greatest of all virtues because if you haven't courage, you may not have an opportunity to use any of the others. If you are lucky enough to find a way of life you love, you have to find the courage to live it. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin. But you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. Courage isn't having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't have strength. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid but he who conquers that fear. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says I'll try again tomorrow. Courage is a special kind of knowledge, the knowledge of how to fear what ought to be feared and how not to fear what ought not to be feared. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. I would define true courage to be a perfect sensibility of the measure of danger, and a mental willingness to endure it. He is a man of courage who does not run away but remains at his post and fights against the enemy. Neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over it.